never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream of greatness when others fear it. I will outwork my competition day and night.
The one who is hungrier to reach the top will always get there before the talented guy. Maybe not immediately, but in the end, hungry always wins. In the end, hard work always wins. In the end, heart wins. Courage wins. In the end, the one who is more dedicated to reach the top will win.
There we go, boys. It's another Wednesday evening, and I'm sure the guys are licking their lips to watch a bit of the Duckhook show because we were not on air last week. Had a bit of a massive, busy schedule that I had to attend to. So we're back, and there's plenty to speak about because Magaliespark has happened this previous Sunday, and we've got Observatory coming up next. So plenty to update you with, whether it is team match play, single match play, results, etc., etc. So let's get straight into the show. I have my guests with me. Donnie is back. Hello, Donnie. Welcome back.
Hello, Maz. Yeah, thanks for having me back. Good to be back on the show. So yeah, no, thanks.
And you had 2 weeks off. So what did you do with yourself?
Yeah, no, it's like things are just a little bit busy at home in the evenings. You know, my wife's putting in some little bit of extra graft time, so we looked after Callum a little bit. But yeah, no, it was a pity missing out on the show last week. I know you were away, and I still asked you on the Tuesday morning, it's like, are we having a show? And you said no. It was like, okay, and yeah, so I can't wait for, well, we are.
It sounds like your mic is crackling a bit, but I don't know if that is actually coming through to the boys or is it just my side. And then we got our champion from Magalies, Granty. Congratulations. How are you feeling, mate? That was, I saw that putt. That was quite a clutch putt.
Mense lekker. Ja, that putt was a pretty tough one. I just smacked it in and yeah.
And yeah, that's it. It just happened.
It was the winning day.
And I was breaking up, as it would be. Hopefully it comes right. Okay, so there's a few things we're going to get to, Magalies. There's a few things that I want to start with. One of the biggest news for all our golf fans out there is it's going to be the start of Full Swing tonight. So if you're looking forward to seeing that behind the ropes, behind the scenes of the PGA Tour, yes, Netflix has got Full Swing. And if you haven't seen some of the other, it's the same production company that did Drive to Survive, and you know how good that was. They've also got a tennis series on, which is also shows behind the scenes of the players. This is going to be awesome, boys. I can't wait for that to start tonight.
Yeah, no, I think the nice thing with this, Maz, is it gives you an inside look, or like an inside look of behind the scenes with the tour players. So yeah, I think it's going to be really good series to watch. I might have to get the subscription to watch it, but yeah, no, definitely, I think it's good to see. It like gives insight.
It's going to be awesome. I can tell you that much because at least it really covers how the pressure of being at that level and to perform. So it's something that we do not want to miss. Also, for the Tiger fans out there, we also don't want to miss. Tiger's going to be back in action this weekend. And as he says, I wouldn't have put myself out there if I didn't think I could beat these guys and win an event. So it'll be nice to see him back. And hopefully it's a longer stint than he's had in the past couple of years where he kind of plays one, disappears, and then a couple of months later plays another one. So hopefully this is the run into the Masters, boys.
Yeah, Mazza, I think, well, let me tell you, it's like I'm going to be glued to the TV and, on Thursday night. You know, it's like, I think everybody thinks, you know, with Tiger, you know, is he going to be able to play? Will the leg hold? You know, we saw him playing with Sutton, and that's a pro-am event, you know, and you could see is like the leg was taking some strain. You know, so obviously I don't know if he's going to use a golf cart at the Genesis. That's going to be interesting to see. You know, if he's walking, it's going to be interesting to see if that leg holds. I really hope it does. You know, I want to see him play 4 rounds.
I look forward. I think Tiger's a type of person who's going to want to walk. You know, he's just that type of person. But first, he's got to make the cut. So let's hopefully he does it. I think I saw his 4-ball. Rory's playing in it. I can't remember the other guy, but it was a proper 4-ball. Grant, Tiger fan?
I can't say a big Tiger fan, but there's some of his shots.
You obviously did not grow up watching Tiger Woods, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, that's probably why. Hey, Donnie, exactly why.
I think so.
Yes, and we have lots of Tiger fans. Fricky's on the line. We're also
I
watching.
started playing golf 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Fricky is the biggest Tiger fan out of them all. He's watching. He's not on the show today. He wanted to see how it's all done. Go, Tiger, my hero. Now I can play better as well. So there's your motivation. So let's hopefully it does it for you. Yes. Yes. And he says Justin Thomas with them as well. So it's what a great 4-ball. Rory, Tiger, and Justin Thomas. That is something not to be missed. And hopefully we catch them because, as you know, they will play a Thursday or the Friday at the AM field. So we don't see much of them if that is the case. Let me tell you the challenge I had this week. This previous week, I was down at the Dimension Data Pro-Am. And I was producing the golf for Supersport. And the interesting thing about it is because they're playing 3 different golf courses, the leader or the leading pack is never, and we were covering Montague, because there's only so many holes you can cover. And every day, the leader on that day was on a different golf. So finally, we got to Sunday. And Sunday, at least, we could follow the leaders. So it can be a bit of a challenge. We've got Zabula this weekend coming up, and at least that's a normal tournament. So Saturday, the leaders tee off, and they're in order. And Sunday, the same thing. So we have a better story to follow. But it's been a lot of fun, and unfortunately, that's why I miss Magalies. I might miss 1 or 2 more, but this is something exciting in my career where I can provide you boys with Sunshine Tour, and knowing that if you're watching, that is what I am putting together for you. Right, let us move on. I forgot to tell you what's coming up in February before we get to Magalies. February, we've done Magalies. I could put that Grant as the champion. And then Thursday is tomorrow at Observatory. We'll get Donnie likes that course, and Grant is one of the way he started playing golf. So we've got plenty of insight on Observatory. Hasn't been on the calendar for a very long time, so it's going to be bring your helmets if you need a helmet, because there's a couple of fairways. If guys go wayward, we could be catching them. And then Benoni Lakes on the 26th of February is also coming up. The field's growing nicely. So let's not forget to put our bookings in. And then the Limpopo series got off to a big start. We covered it in the last show. And it moves to Coral Creek, the Bushveld Golf Estate, on the 18th of March. So if you're available and you want to play this, the bookings will be on the app. It includes a cart and halfway, which is great. And Mr. Ryan Jensen will be looking after that. So if you want to play in that, don't even send me a message, send it straight to Ryan, and he will sort you out. He is the custodian of the Limpopo series. Who played Bronchies? You played Bronchies, Donnie? Enjoyed it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was like the course was looking good, you know, and the field, obviously there was a couple of Joburg boys that took the time to drive up, you know, like from Pretoria, it's only sort of like 45 minutes away. But yeah, it was nice to see some of the Joburg boys there, and also a couple of guys that, Maz, if you can remember, we did a fitting day at Marble a while back. And a couple of the boys, actually, I played with one of the guys that I fitted up there. And the first thing that he said to me is, like, after the round, is he would want to play again with me. So yeah, it was nice to catch up with some familiar faces.
Fantastic. I'm hoping to get to Coral Creek. I'm not too sure about my schedule yet. You was going to say, Grant?
Last time I played on Bronchies the greens were also very in immaculate condition. So I suppose it was like that again. They are really pushing in some big money in the quickly.
Great. All right, let's get to Magalies. This was the result at Magalies. The top 10 look like this. Once again, very, very close. It's nice to see so many of the tournaments so far have been so close. Grant and Edwin finishing on -3 apiece. But luckily for Grant, he took it on the countback on 39 points. Edwin, another good round of golf. Even though he played with a 10 handicap, which is really come down a lot, and he still managed to shoot 37 points. Fantastic. A joint or personal best for Ian Holtzhausen, 36 points on playing, I can't remember what handicap he played off, but I know he shot 82. Wimpy Force is up there. Even, tied fourth. Stefan Henriette, Graham de Villiers, Vaughan Williams, another good round from him, following his Park View round. Vickers Lee and Jaco Swanepoel. So that was the top 10. What was the day like, Grant? I'm going to use you because both myself and Donnie did not play. How was the day? I'm sure you were worried about the weather at a point because it was raining so much last week.
So to give you an idea, we literally stayed right next to Magalies. And it was raining Friday, Saturday, and it only cleared up around about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Saturday. And yeah, I was relieved to see that the weather cleared up. So, but yeah, it was a worrying situation at some stage.
I can tell you what was worrying our Fricky and myself was that if it got rained out, Magalies were like, well, we're not giving your money back. You'll have to reschedule. And we were like, where are we going to reschedule this match? Because there's just no time. So we were really hoping it wasn't going to rain. Otherwise, we would have had to sit with a major admin thing. Like, quickly to ask for the money. But when you need it back because nothing happens, then it's a problem. Come on, some of these golf courses have got to realize that it's not as easy as it thinks. They think that money grows on trees for Duckhook golfers. No, when it comes to events, the money needs to come in first. But yes, thank goodness that it all happened. Fricky was doing all the hard work for us, taking videos. So this was the top 5 that he gathered, and this is what the guys had to say after the round.
Yes! Ja, Grantie! Yes, like it. Grantie, kom hier so eers gou. Luister, hy is -3, is ek reg?
Dis 'n -3.
Okay, so potentially you are in the lead. How did the game go?
For the first time within 5 games, I had my clubs adjusted by Donnie at Golf Concepts. Swing weights, angles, everything. I must say thanks to Donnie on that. The irons really worked today, and also the driver. Like normally, if the driver works, I just have good wedges in. That's what I always intend to shoot good.
Yeah.
And then John had like a 4 ball with me. That was a lucky one. Nee bro, I'll vat hy. No, it's a good feeling. Was a bit worried with Edwin on his handy. It was an easy take for him, but I'm very glad I took it on a count back. So yeah, it's a great feeling with being a runner-up last year and this year taking it. No, it's a great feeling. I think it's just how the year starts. I have bad golf, and then it's just the time of the year. I start with no game through the year, and then practicing, and with Golf Concepts on this side that helped me with the swing weights and everything on the clubs, and it just clicked today. So yeah.
The 17th, it got you.
Yeah, 17th is the one where the nerves got to me and just messed it up. Couldn't sink the putt, couldn't chip, nothing. But and then had a chance on the 18th, missed it again. Yeah, but it's all good. Second place, good.
It's good. So what worked today?
Oh, the driver was sweet. I think I missed 2 fairways with the driver. The rest was just solid golf.
Edster, nou die dag was dit 'n tweede plek geweest. Now it is a third place. Tell me about the game.
Yeah, it was a very good game. We had a match play against Luki. It was very fun.
Just Luki?
No, it was Luki and Carl and then Keegan and myself. We had a great game. It was a fun game to play with those guys.
Yeah? Yeah. So you obviously just focused on the match play, and then, I mean, the rest fell in place.
Yeah, that's true. So I didn't actually look at the score, focused on the match play, and I was listening to the birds in the area.
Okay, lekker.
Cricket is a surprise for me. Playing from a 10 handicap, I just wanted to break 90. Got a personal best of 82, so yeah, equal on 82, yeah. So first 9 can't putt, second 9 can't drive from the tee box, but yeah, it's not lekker.
It was good.
Ek love die baan, maar dankie vir Duckhook, dit maak dit daarom vir my 'n bietjie meer bekostigbaar om ander bane te speel. So ja,
lekker.
Dankie.
Jy sê 6-3 putts.
6-3.
Why?
dis maar my dis my swakpunt van my game op
Ja?
al die jare.
Yes.
En ja, nee, ek kan nie pad nie. Ek kan nie green lees nie. Ek gaan nou volgende week vir 'n bril, so hopelik werk.
Okay, nee, lekker. Maar jy sê die game was hom lekker geweest. Obviously
Ja,
top 5. Ek meen jy het
wel-
even gespeel, 36 points, né?
Yes, ek het op Parkview was ek dink amper 'n 90 geskiet, 89 of ja, daarom die bal bietjie beter geslaan. Ja, maar ja.
Firstly, Grant looks like he ran into a rainbow properly. Nice shirt. It clocked you that rainbow. Second,
What?
Mr. Wimpy Force, maybe you putt so bad because your weight in your putt is incorrect. Donnie, would you like to give him a 20-second, what happens if your putt is not right?
Of course, yes. You know, it's like there's a few things to look at. Length, lie angle, putter grip. So it's like if all three of those are correct or incorrect, you're not going to putt well. So no, it's like Wimpy, come and see me. We'll sort your putting out very quickly.
And then while we were on it, Grant, you made mention of you went to Donnie for some adjustments to your club. So I would like to, you didn't really touch on it. Well, you did say swing weights, but what does that all mean for the guys watching and thinking, maybe I need to do a swing weight thing? Take us through it.
Yeah, Maz, if I can quickly just go through, you know, there's four aspects of a golf club that needs to be correct. You know, obviously first is lie angle, second is length, grip size, and then obviously your shaft, what type of shaft you've got in the golf club. So the thing that's on swing weight is basically is like every club has got a swing weight. You know, so most of your standard swing weights, if you had to measure it, is basically D0, D1. You know, that's basically or should be stock standard. But, you know, as soon as you start getting and swapping shafts out, you know, from a previous time, you know, you always have to check swing weight, because the thing is, it might happen that one club in your two clubs in the bag, you don't hit 100% correct. You know, just the time it feels off, you miss striking it. That can lead up to a swing weight issue, because the thing is, you want all your clubs to be the same, you know, from a swing weight perspective. Because if it's the same, the club will perform consistently the same, and it will feel the same as well. So yeah, no, swing weight is also a key thing, and that's what we did with Grant's clubs. You know, we literally just went straight off the bat. We took everything off, and we started from the top. We made all the grips the same, the right length for Grant. You know, made everything the same swing weight, that it feels the same when he swings. Doesn't matter if it's a 4-iron or 5-iron, and then basically also change high angles and his lofts. You know, because that's everything. Everything is 100% correct. Then it's basically your equipment is good. And then from there on, there's no excuses to say it's the equipment. Then it's basically then it's the Indian. It's not the arrow. And, you know, to put it into perspective, you know, with me helping out in my TaylorMade days and my days on tour, you know, these guys are so finicky. Your pro golfers are so finicky that a lie angle adjustment, you know, they're so good when they know and they see the ball flight that they know a lie angle is wrong, you know. And like, I would say almost every 3 games or 4 games they check their lie angles, because the thing is like they practice so much. And the thing about steel and lie angles is that when you bend your lie angles of your club, your steel wants to revert back to its original like form, the way it was. And, you know, that's why it's like you always need to check it. And for amateurs, it's not that important unless you practice a lot. But getting the right lie angle, getting the right grip, right length, right shaft, you know, can consistently make you play better.
And that's exactly what happened to you, Grant. You played better. I'm going to put your scorecard in, and you can take us through a bit of highlights from your scorecard. Take us through it.
Oh, so first I played conservative golf on the par 4s, as you can see. The biggest, what can I say, the holes that comes up to me is the 8th. Oh, wait, no, the eagle that I made on hole 2, 3, fourth. Sorry, I can't see my scorecard, but there was, I had a driver and I had a 9-iron in. So, and I stuck literally 2 hands from the hole. I almost made a albatross on that. That's the closest I've been to an albatross. And then, yeah, the par 5s was my strongest side on course, basically, as you can see. What's the 16th par 5 also? So that one also stuck it within a meter, almost made an eagle there. And then on the last that par 5 also, it's like went driver 7 wood, went for the green, pushed it to the right, and yeah, had a very close trip. And then you saw the last putt. So yeah, the last putt I just smacked it straight to the hole, and yeah, that was the winning putt, eh?
From what I can see, 4 under on the par 5s. That must be a personal record, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a personal record there.
Edwin, we can't leave him out. Great run of golf, finishing also on -3. Higher handicap, obviously, but great run of golf for him. 20 points and 19 points. Consistently making points. Unfortunately, towards the back on the 17th, that did cost him. And I think he had a putt on the 18th to take it and also missed that one. But well done, Edwin. I'm sure that your golfing form is in a swing, so that when you need to come back soonest so that you can have another go, because we know how form happens in golf. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not so hot, you're not so hot. Unfortunately, I've got a couple of comments I quickly want to throw in there. Lukey says, "Geluk Grant, now proper golf was played." There it is.
Thanks, Lukey.
Then we've got Wayne saying, the greens, it's coming up, greens are always great at Bronchies. Oh, going back to Bronchies, some Joburg's courses could learn from them. Thanks, Wayne. And then Leon says, hot as hell. I can imagine it must have been humid because all the water was being sucked out of the fairways and you stand between the sky and the fairway. So that must have been...
I must say, the driving a kart helped a lot, eh?
Yeah, I'm sure driving a kart, but I don't know if you want to walk that course, to be honest. A bit hilly. Right, let me go to the pins on the day. It is here somewhere. Here it is. This was the winners of the pins on the day. The closest in 2, the Golf Concepts voucher, was Albano de Santos. Also his first round on the Gauteng swing. He did play at the Limpopo game. Luki Janssen, the par 3 9th, sticking it closest, gets himself a Strixon towel. And then Golferade went to Peter Prinsloo on the par 3 11th. I'm sure you want to know what happened to the 4-Ball Alliance. The 4-Ball Alliance was sponsored by Kilani, so each of these guys got a round at Kilani, courtesy of Jason Derrick and Stefan Enright, Jaco Swanepoel, Graham de Villiers, and Wimpy Vos. There you go. That 87 points minus 15. I see there's an 8-pointer on the 4th. Hey, Donnie, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. You know, that's either better player that doesn't stroke. It's an eagle and a birdie that's there. But yeah, that's good work. And I see they've actually made their score could have been more because they only made 1 point, hole number 17.
The 17th, yeah.
1 point in hole number 7. Imagine what it could have been. And the second place was on. No, I'm not in the right order. So let's just bounce back to page 1 quickly. Second place was on 14. So if that 1 point was not a 1 point, they would have pretty much run away with it. Grant, there's your 4-ball in second place, minus 14 with Gerard Gerber, Jan Venter, and Kevin Ho. And then Keegan Corbett, Edwin Scholz. That was a match play game against Luki Janssen and Carl. So minus 10 for those boys. And then as you can see, you can run your eyes down the leaderboard to see the rest of them. And then, there we go, 7th, minus 6, minus 3 for Clint and his gang, minus 3 for Alan and his gang, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so what does it all mean? After 2 rounds, this is what the standings look like. Well, I can tell you that Vaughan Williams is now leading. Vaughan, I need a picture of you. If you're going to be leading or in this graphic every time we show it, I definitely need one. So if you see me, or if you're watching, or if Ashley's watching, you need to find me. Then Alan Lowe, so these guys are still tied for first because 40 points was their best, and the lowest would have fallen out, which would have been Magali, so they're all tied for first. Grant, you jumped up, if you can see there, from 78th position to 5th. That's pretty good.
Well, that's all my bad golf is gone now, so hopefully I'm back in form. Only one thing still to do is some gapping on my irons there at Donnie's.
Yeah. Edwin from 68 to 5th. Luki stays at 7th. Louis stays at 7. Edwin Stolz goes from 43rd to 9th. And Clint Bruders drops from 7th to 9th. So this is going to be interesting as it all unfolds. And obviously, the tied ones will change in the next round for sure. We'll probably just have one leader after March. And don't forget, we're all playing to get into the Masters, which is at Serengeti. So there's one more round left of Sunday Series 1. And let's not forget that the Masters is brought to us by Glenfiddich. They are sponsoring an awesome tour bag by Adidas, and then a dinner and whiskey tasting for 10 at the Roberville Boutique Hotel. The top 5 finishers will earn a seat at the Glenfiddich guest list with your partner. So it's going to be an absolutely awesome experience. The ladies will really enjoy being spoilt by the golfing husbands. That's all I can say. And if you don't have a lady to take with us, then you can always choose one of the other ducks to go with you, right?
Just want to say one thing on that.
We're all old enough to have partners at this stage of our lives.
I would really try and do a back-to-back on the Masters there.
Try and do a back-to-back.
I'll take myself as a +2.
Yes, your handicap is going to take a bit of a knock now, so we'll see how you perform. The other thing that happens is we've got our squad challenge, and only 2 full teams were there. Just a reminder, all 4 guys need to be playing in an event. Frikkie, Gerard, Hansie, and Ashley were all in the field. So now, I got that, they actually second. And then Graham de Villiers, Kevin O, Ryan Jensen, Louis Oosthuizen are also there, and they are now 193 combined points. So there's a couple of teams that will get going. Remember, you need to play 11 to be in contention. So if only one team plays 11 matches, that team will be the winner. The other thing that did happen was some match play games were featured. Before I show you what the results were, Frikkie was running about getting some other comments on the day, and I thought this was quite entertaining, so this is what it looked like.
Hello, Leon.
Hello, Frikkie.
So was that a birdie chip?
Yes, it was. So
Okay,
I'm going to go for par now, but it will be a net birdie.
But why did you hit it so far?
Too much money throw in the mornings.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I hope that Donnie would actually know that you hit it too far, eh? So you must hit it softer, eh?
Yeah, it's fine, you know. Myself and Louis are still one up, so we're in it.
Yeah, but you actually have a teammate called Donnie Geldermeis,
yeah, I know,
eh?
so this is just some practicing.
Oh, okay, so you're just tossing around.
Yeah, just making sure I hit it close to or far past the flag.
Okay, nou lekker. Well, enjoy, eh?
Okay.
Dit is Barry. Hy het sy 4de shot oor die green geslaan. Dit was sy 2de shot. Regtig? Yes, like it. So Sarel wat amper vir Frikkie weer uitgehaal het. Seker al die 4de keer wat hy my amper doodslaan.
In 4 jaar.
In 'n jaar, is 'n goeie rekord.
Nee, skak, dit moet 'n bietjie meer.
En dan gaan hulle amper verbouts uit.
Ja, ek het hom gelukkig voor hom laat op.
Dis 'n goeie shot vir 'n wat 50 handicapper.
Dis dan maar 16 vandag.
Dankie, Magalies. Mevrou Haman, ek sien jy het jou bal in jou hand. Waar's jou klub? Wat het gebeur?
Uitgebom.
Is dit uitgebom? Ja. Dis 'n lelike gat hierdie, hè?
Pieslik.
Hoekom gooi jy jou klaps rond en hoekom drink jy met jou regterhand? Ek meen jy ken al hierdie. Rudolf, you just beaten the 2-time champion of the singles match plays, Frikkie Barnard, 3-2. Hoe die hel voel jy?
Ja, ek voel goed.
En jy moet Engels praat asseblief.
I was a little bit nervous coming in today, but yeah, I'm happy. Struggled in the beginning, but yeah, I just kept my composure and yeah, pull it through.
Is it? But 3-2, I mean that's like impossible against Frikkie. I mean, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah, it's difficult playing against Frikkie because I know him, I know how he can play. So yeah, I just keep calm and try to go every shot if it's a par, maybe go for 1 shot extra, but yeah, to try and make pars. But yeah, I made it. Yeah.
And did Frikkie make a lot of mistakes?
Yes, he made a lot of mistakes.
Whoa, okay, so hy het dit vir jou gegee.
He gave it to me.
Yeah, well, well done, dude. Well
Thank
done. Cheers. That's solid. What a putt. Triple BEE level number 1. How did the game go?
Well, it was a wonderful game. Tough, hot.
You're tough.
These guys gave us a tough day.
Sure. Like from the first hole, it was 4 up.
Yeah.
It was 4 up.
Yeah. For you guys.
Yeah, no, for them.
Yeah. And you guys came from behind.
Well, we like it from behind.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, well done.
like
Good
it from
game.
behind.
And
No,
you-
we enjoyed. Players, they
Lekker.
fought.
Lekker, man.
They fought.
Well done there,
We're
eh?
just lucky.
Lekker. Well done, eh?
Yeah, no, I think that drive just demoralized everyone. I had a good drive there on hole. What hole is that? 16, 17, 16. But what a beautiful day.
Lekker. Well done, man. Well done.
So good to see the boys having a lot of fun out on course, and the match play games really getting the juices going. You can see how much they enjoyed it. Let's catch up on some of the results. We all heard that the champion is lost. It's not all lost, because if he wins the next 2, he can hopefully go through to the next round. But Rudolph taking a 3-2, and he's got himself 3 points, and Flicky's sitting on a -3 points difference. Pool 1 of the teams. This is what Pool 1 looks like. Let's party. Which is Jaco and Stefan took on Bogey Bros, Graham and Wimpy, and won 1 up. So they've got their 3 points. At least it wasn't too much of a defeat, so the points difference is not too hectic. Then Pool 4 had a match that happened. Who is this? 4 T's and up and down, all square. So that was a bit of a, I wouldn't say nothing game, but 1 point each. Well done to Fats and Hanu against Simon and Peter. Moving on to Pool 6. Pool 6 looks like this. BEE level 1, as you saw. Took it on the last to go 1 up and 3 points for those gentlemen. And then the final pool was Pool 7 had a match, and that was Weekend Warriors, which was Keegan and Edwin, taking a 4 and... Oh, they copied it. Which one is it? 4 and 2 or 2 and... Yeah, 4 and 2 over Sultans of Swing. So that must have been a cracking match there. So that is it for Magalies. And now we move to Observatory. Before we go to Observatory, I was going back in the history of videos to try and figure out when last and how many times we played Observatory. As far as I know, we've played there once. It was on a Sunday. And it was in 2019, I think. And look at this as a 3-minute video for you, and look at some of how young we look and some of the old boys that featured in this highlighted version of the video. Gentlemen, take me through this. Long day, enjoying the golf. What's happening?
Hopefully we're going to break a 90 today and maybe take something home.
The last qualifying round, swing juice. We saw Phil taking something from a little canister, so we might as well do it as the same.
Yeah, Maz, it's been up and down. I missed one event already, so that sort of put me on the back burner. But I'm 8th overall, without a win, just one good performance in the major. So. I'm hanging in there, so hopefully it's like the next few months will give me a win. And the tour is also coming up, which I'm also defending champ, so I'm hoping to pull that one again in the bag. So yeah.
Singles knockout today. We are playing. It's a round of 32 game. I'm not really confident. Are you confident?
Well, based on the last 2 events, I've been pretty well. So
Yes, you finished right up there.
yeah, I was right up
So
there.
I have my work cut out. He only strokes on the stroke 1. So it's a head-to-head, this one. Good luck, man.
Well done, yes, right on. Brilliant.
Lucky. Sorry, man. I just saw this from the side. Sorry. What happened? Tell me.
So we hit for a hole. I hit a clubbed up. It went into the sky. The wind came up. It pitched literally there,
Yeah.
and then rolled into a pin. So it's literally like a
Yes.
foot from the hole.
And your first hole in one,
My
right?
first hole I've won in my life.
Second hole on Observatory. Well done,
Yes,
dude.
thank
Well
you.
done, eh?
Thanks, Ricky.
Hoe gaan dit daarso?
Ja, laat ek so sê, as enige van die Duckhook ouens se golf swing op die baan optel, dis myne.
Louis, after a whole day of hacking them all over the place, what's just happened?
Longest drive.
So
But, it's about time. I've been playing shit the whole day, but at least patient when it gets to the end, eh?
Hello. Tiger is second so far. He dropped a few shots, but yeah, he's almost there.
And you've become the 6th Duckhooker to hit a hole-in-one. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling overjoyed. It's absolutely amazing. Feeling my first hole-in-one in my life, and I feel honoured to have shared it with the Duckhook golfers. Hit a good shot, shaped towards the hole, and then my playing partner also hit an excellent shot. And as we walked to the tee, it was a blind hole, so I couldn't see the ball going in. And yes, we walked onto the green, and when I got there was just one ball. Walked to the pin, and then when I got there, the ball was inside. So it was absolutely amazing experience.
Tell me that split-second feeling when you actually saw that ball in the hole.
No, you can't explain it. It's so surreal. You know, I just enjoy golf. So for me to do something like that, it's absolutely amazing. It's a dream come true.
So nice to see. Well done, Lukey. I was also not far away from when that happened, and everybody was losing their minds. And as I just said, there was a 6 hole-in-one in the Duckhook, what do we call it? Honours board, and I think we're up to 11 or 12 now. So we've done a good run of hole-in-ones through this group over the years, and I'm sure there will be more coming up this year. So yes, nice to see. And obviously that's when Tiger won the Masters, wasn't it? If that's how intently Fricky was looking at it back in the day. All right, let's have a look at Observatory for the Thursday series. Boys, this is how it stands. This is only after one event. At Wingate, there were 4 guys tied on 38 points, with Lukey taking the trophy. So that's how we go into it. Another tight series. Kevin Ho with some form, but with no shots, because he's dropped quite a few handicap shots. Jean-Ray in 6th, Adam in tied 7th with Gerard, Paul Victory, tied 7th as well, and myself. Now I'm hoping to keep that going, because I can tell you one thing, I haven't touched a golf club in 3 weeks. So tomorrow could be very, very interesting. Either it can be shit or champagne. We will have a look at it. All right, I said that, Grant, this was one of the courses you started playing at, so I'm going to leave it to you while I put the info on to give us a quick synopsis of what the boys who haven't played Observatory, because it hasn't featured in a long time, especially on the Thursday session, what they can expect. Take us away.
Well, first, the guys that's not fit, take a card. Guaranteed. It's not a very easy walking course. That course really learning.
Golf stamina.
Yes, definitely. But in any case, so for the guy, always checking. You have to check the flying balls. Your drives can go 3 fairways to the right or to the left from the driver. So you can spray it. And there's some tricks on some of the holes. If you don't know the course, the sloping would come from the towers, the telecom towers, if I'm not mistaken. So the balls intend to slope from that side. Try and play conservative golf. Keep it between the trees.
So what I've taken from that, is it's very up and down. So if you're not fit, take a cart. It slopes from the right, and wear a helmet, because there's 3 fairways right next to each other. So if you're spraying it, it could be interesting, especially the first stretch, like the first, and then the 18th, and I don't know what else comes up there.
Man, I must say, it's like, just from my side, I think I've played 2 or 3 times, but I think the last time I played was in 2019. But all I know, it's like the course is playing like almost straightforward. What you see is what you get. You know, it's not that there's like blind tee shots or anything like that. Like for me, if your driver's good on the day, or your tee box game, I think you're going to do well.
Unranked in the national rankings, officially established in 1914. Bobby Locke played out of the club as the pro. Known for narrow fairways and small greens, as we have said. There is the scorecard. It is start with the par 4, par 5, par 4, then it's the fourth. It looks like there's, unless I wrote it wrong, there's 3 par 5s on the front 9 and 1 on the back 9.
That's correct.
Okay, so scoring time is for the guys on the first 9. See if they can score in those par 5s. Let's have a quick look at the field at this stage of proceedings. We have the first tee going off at 07:16. And a host of 4 balls from 07:16 to 7:48. Frikkie Steyn plays Kevin Ho in a singles match. As you can see, there is 1 or 2 spots available. So if you want to be lastminute.com and you're finding yourself available to play, then pull in. 10th tee, also 7:16. Ian Holzhausen is playing against 2022 champion, Thursday champion, Jean Rede Tour, and he's single match play. And we got a teams game as well. Hilton Button, Rudy van der Walt taking on Lyle Langley and Kero O'Connell. And then Donnie, your nephew is joining you.
Yeah, that's correct. Introducing him to the Duckhook fraternity. So let's see if the bug bites. But I know he's more rugby. He plays like club rugby and stuff. So I don't think it will. But let's see.
Good. I'm sure. Well, if anybody's going to be new and play Duck, then playing with you would be a good thing, as long as you don't have a bad round and be grumpy with him.
There's one thing I just want to say.
No, what?
I was not meant to click that button. I'll take this out. I wanted to put in a flyover. Let's see if these flyovers are going to do anything now that I've moved to the side. This is the first hole. And it looks like this, so I can take us through it. And yeah, as you can see, tree lined, not much fairway to hit. So if you're starting on the first,
don't go OB. To the right.
There's no OB, is there?
No, sorry, that's from the 10th, sorry.
Yeah, that's the 10th, because that runs along the road, if I'm
So,
not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that is the first. I've got a couple of holes here. The fourth is the par 3, if you can see what is happening. So what the par 3 looks like over a little bit. That's the one where Frikkie headed and Donnie was jumping around him like a crazy guy in the video. So that is, you can't really see the elevation, but there is quite a bit of elevation. Relatively small green to hit, but it should
Par
be
3
very difficult.
third. Interesting. That slowest green on the whole course.
Oh, is that now? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if you can remember that, hit it a little harder on the 4th green. Right, then I chose the 7th because this, you also cannot see the undulation here. You tee off, and then once you get to midway through the fairway, it really drops off quite significantly, like far, far down. I don't think there's many holes that you'd play where it would drop off. I'm correct, right?
If I can remember, so yeah.
Yes, it really drops.
Personal longest drive is on that hole.
Well, it would be if you carry that thing. I think a hole that you could be similar to in the elevation is Eagle Canyon's, what is that? 7th hole, where that goes down like that. But then you've got water in front of you, and you need to clear that. So, yes, that shows you nothing of how that elevation is. Luckily, we don't have to walk up that hill, because that would be a different story. Then the 9th hole is the heart attack hole. I'm sure the guys who've played it. Walking up this 9th hole, especially if it's your last, will kill you. Take your heart tablets, because it's literally like this.
Yeah.
So, in saying this, I think I need to get a cart. I don't think I'll be able to walk.
If that's your last hole, walking up and getting your driver, remember not to OB.
Yes, OB right. You can see there's a hole there. And then finally, we've got the 11th. I chose the 11th because it is one of our pins. I actually haven't put that in. I will put it in. And it was the hole-in-one for Lukey. So this is what a tiny, tiny little par 3, not very far. You're probably at most hitting a wedge. And the hole for Lukey was right in front over the bunkers. So, yeah, got plenty to carry, and then it'll be fine. So let me just put in the pins quickly, and then we know what we are playing for, which holes to look out for. It starts with the par 3 4th, which will be the Golfer Aid sponsored par 3 4th. Par 3 11th is, we'll just call it from now on and forevermore, the Lukey Janssen hole. will be the par 3 11th. And then the par 4 17th will be the closest in Durr.
Sorry, can I rephrase? The par 3 11th is the slowest.
You got to make up your mind here, guy.
Yeah.
Soon you're going to say all the par 3s are slow.
No, that's the slowest green of them all. Yeah. So the par 3 11th.
I expect to see you all bright and early tomorrow who are playing. It's going to be a great day. A nice challenge. There's some people that said, why Observatory? Why not? It's a challenge. We would like to move it around. It hasn't featured in a while. So let's see how we go on this golf course. The final thing I want to say before we say goodnight for tonight is the info for the Highland Gate Classic is out. And the tour is officially ready for booking. So put your names down. You would have seen it on the groups. Put your name down so we can get in there. We're looking to get 60 players this year. What was the last one? 52 or so. So we can do it. We need another 8 guys. And we're all staying on in the estate in houses, which will be good fun. If you're asking, but why? Well, it's simple. When we average out the costings, it pretty much works out the same if we have to rent the sticks out as well. So we might as well all just be in the estate.
So no more sticks this year?
No more sticks. It literally worked out the same cost. So you might as well stay in the estate and in the houses and be a little bit posher, because this may be the last time we go to Highland Gate for a while. We're looking at switching it up. This is not really news, but we're looking at moving it next year. We've done 4 years at Highland Gate, and I think we need a new challenge. And Donnie, would you like to guess where we are looking at going? Anyone on the chat line, anyone want to guess where we might look at going? I can tell you it's ranked higher than Highland Gate.
Wow.
Zabula? I think it's going to be like a other Zabula elements Cora Creek scenario. Or it's going to be a Parijs Val de Gras type scenario.
It's going to be a one scenario, so it won't be multiple courses, but we are looking at going to elements next year. And what a great tour that's going to be. There's certain things that we need to get right, because that's what creates the atmosphere. The guys need to be in houses, right? It doesn't help being in 2x2 in hotels, because then it spoils that evening geest that everybody is after, right? So we in houses, and I've seen some of them. We've been in contact with Fats. They are magnificent, and they hold a lot of people. So it's really going to be a proper Kuier and a proper golf course, and we're going to enjoy something a bit different. So that, if you haven't come on the Highland Gate tour, this is your last opportunity. It's not saying we won't go back, but there is going to be a change for next year.
I just do want to just add the small comment. I do think that's after snake season. So if you're afraid of snakes,
Don't go where the snakes are. Wayne also agrees. Elements will be a good challenge from all the different tees. It's going to be really, really something special. The only problem is it's 2 years from now. We can't even talk about it this year, but we know in the back of our minds that we're going to Elements. Yes, for the Classic in 2024. That's it from me, boys. Thank you very much. I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for joining us. It's very much appreciated for the regulars to join us. And see you tomorrow. Good luck, Grant.
Dankie.
And off you go. And I'll see you tomorrow, Donnie.
100.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, manne. Sien môre.